Hello, welcome back. This will be the third video in the animations series. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to use a couple of other events to play animations. You'll remember in the last video we used the key press event to play an animation. We're also going to use the touched event and the clicked event to play an animation. And then I'm going to show you how to replace some of the default animations that come with Roblox. So we could replace animations like the run animation or the jump animation. The one that we're going to replace is one of the dance animations. Okay. I'll also show you that you can find already made animations in the toolbox, so you don't have to make everything yourself. Okay. So let's get started. So we're going to need a couple of objects in order to make this work. So let me go ahead and these are the ones I've already made. So let me move them out of the way so they don't clutter up. And I'm going to get rid of the spawn location and the base plate as well, just to make this as neat as possible. Okay, good. Now we're going to need a couple of parts. So I'm going to get a block and I'm going to change the material back to plastic and the size to 444. Okay, move it over here and up, and I'm going to anchor it. And then we're going to need a sphere as well. I'm going to move that over here. Move that up a little bit. You don't want it to touch the ground. Honestly, anything that touches will cause the animation to play, so we want it just a little bit off the ground. There's actually a way to prevent the ground or other objects from triggering the touched event, but we'll just won't worry about that for now. Okay, I want to anchor this as well, and then I want to rename this to sphere touch, because this is the object which is going to use the touched event. And then the block I'm going to rename to block click. Okay, now the block click is going to need a script and a click detector, and I'm going to rename the script to script block click. Okay, and then the sphere touch is going to need a script, and I'm going to rename that to script sphere touch. Okay, and we have everything, I think. Oh, the only other thing I want to show you, or the thing I want to show you before we move on, is how to find pre-made animations. Okay, so we know we're going to need an animation in both of these scripts, so I'm just going to go ahead and add the animation object for both of them. But this animation object needs an ID. Now you could always use an ID that from one of your own animations, and if you're a lot better at it than I am, then have fun. But I'm not very good at animating, so I'm just going to get one from the toolbox. So I'm going to go into the toolbox, and you can see I already have the one that I'm looking for, but you can search for any kind of animation. I'm going to get a punch animation, and right here you see this little I don't know, orange box. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it says it's going to put one script into my game, and that's okay because I'm going to delete this. All that I want is the number here, this ID. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it into both of my animations that I'm going to use, and into the other one as well. Okay, and now we have our animation from our toolbox in our own animation. We're gonna use the pre-made punch animation that I found in the toolbox. So now I can get rid of this local script because I'm not going to use it. Okay, so now we have to actually wire this up, and it's actually not that much code. So let me close this, and let's go ahead and let's see, which one should we start with? I think the touch is probably a little easier, so we'll start with that script. So let me get rid of the print hello world. Okay, and I've already done this, but let me see if I can do this again without looking at my my script. So we're gonna need a let me see. So we need a, like, I'm going to use a variable for the parent. So I'm going to say sphere equals script.parent. Script.parent doesn't really tell you anything, but sphere tells me that this is the object that this script is attached to. Okay, we need a function on, this one's going to be the touch, so it'll be on touch. And then we need an event. So I'm going to get the event here. So it'll be sphere.touched connect, and then put it in my on touch. And we've got the framework. So let's test it, make sure everything's working. So I'm going to do print touched. And remember, we can get the body part that touches by just putting a variable here, input, and then I'm just going to put a comma. That's the way you separate these. So it's going to print touched, and then it'll list the body part that touches. Okay, so let's make sure this works. So let me see. Okay, so these are the ones that I've already made. I don't want those. Oh wait, I made them the same color. Hold on, let me change these to a different color. Let's see, this one. Okay, let me change it to green. So we're gonna go for the green one. So there we go. And this one also to a green. Okay, here. Now let's go ahead and play. And I'm looking to, there we go. I'm gonna touch the green sphere. And in the, oh, there's still a hello world. But in the output window, we should see touched and then the body part that touches. So I'm just gonna go slowly. There it goes, touched 4 times. It touched the right arm, humanoid root part, the torso, and the right arm again. Okay, so it's working. So now that we have that, let's get rid of the print statement. We are gonna use the body part though. Because if you remember, the way that we do this, let me see, we have to, okay, I'm gonna have to look at the one that I already made because I already forgot what I put in here. So we need, oh, here we go. So we need an animation. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so here we have a variable, and all it does is it waits. It's a child of the script, and it waits for the child animation. So right here, this is the script, this is the child. And so anim is the animation, and it just waits for it to be loaded. Okay. Now we need to load that onto our character, and then we need to play. So the way we do that, let me see if I can do this without. So we see body part. Now the body part that touches, its parent is the player. Okay. Now from here, I think, okay, I'm gonna have to go look. From here, parent, oh, it's humanoid animator. Okay, so we want the humanoid. And then we want the animator. And then we want to load animation. So we want to load the animation. And this doesn't give me autocomplete. So you have to make sure you don't misspell anything. So load animation. And then it's going to be, which one? It's going to be anim, right? Let me make sure I got that. Yes, so body part, parent, humanoid, animator, load animation. And then once we've loaded that animation, we can go ahead and play. And that should be it. Actually, let me make sure everything's right. All right, let's test it. We'll test it. If it doesn't work, we'll go figure out what's wrong. So we got the body part, and I'll show you this when we play. Then we go to the parent, then the humanoid, then the animator, and this is what we load our animation onto, which is the one that's a child of the script. And then we just play it. And so hopefully this will work. Let's try it. And you can see what this punch animation looks like. Now, unfortunately, because you touch it so many times, it gets a little overwhelmed. So I'm going to try and just touch really, really slowly and see if it works. Ah, there it goes. And it's touching. Yeah, it keeps touching. So let me go back. I touched way too many times. I wish I could just touch once, but you can see there. It works. Whenever we touch, it plays this punch animation. Okay, good. Okay, and so that's it. In order to use the touch event to play any animation, make that animation a child of your script, and then load it using wait for child. And then using the touch event, just use the body part to find your animator, which is where you load the animation, and then play it. And let me show you what that looks like. So when we touch something, we can go here, and it's going to be one of these body parts here, like the left arm, right leg, whatever. Now, if I say parent, it's going to go up here to my player, and then it's going to go down to humanoid, and then from there over to animator. And that's where we want to load our animation. Okay. And to be honest, the only way you would ever figure this out is if you went to the Roblox documentation and read it or looked up an example somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so we've gotten the touch event to play our animation. Now we want to use the click event to do it. So I'm just going to copy what we used here, and we're just going to modify it a little bit. So I'm going to say copy, Control C, Control V, paste. Okay, so we still have the sphere, but this time it's going to be a block. So let's say block. I don't even know if I need this. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, and then we're not going to use the touched event. We're going to do block dot click detector dot mouse click connect. There it goes. Okay, so I say, oh, and this is going to be on click now, and this is going to be on click. Now, instead of the body part, what the on click function gives us is actually the player. Okay, so if we have the player, we can do something similar here. We're going to do, let's see, I think it's just going to be player. I don't even think we need, I wonder if we need character. We might need character here. I'll check in a second. We need character, humanoid, animator. Let's check. I have it already done in this script. Player, character, humanoid, animator. Yeah, almost the exact same thing. So player, then we go to the character, and then the humanoid. And this is something I haven't figured out why we need that. You would think it would just be player, whoops, and then immediately humanoid, but that doesn't work. You have to do the character first, and then the humanoid, and then the animator. Then we load our animation, and then we play. And so this one should work also. Let's see, I think we have everything connected. Let's test it. Okay, now this one, I just click on this and it should punch. And it does. Okay, let me turn around so you can see me a little, whoops, see me a little better. Here we go. Ready? I'm going to click on this so you can see the punch animation. And it works. Okay, awesome. So we have two more ways to trigger animations. We have the touched event and the clicked event. Depending on what you're trying to do, the touch, the clicked, or the key press might be best. Okay. So that is it for the first two things that I wanted to show you today. The next thing I want to show you, we actually don't need these anymore. The next thing I wanted to show you is how to replace some of the default animations. And it's actually pretty easy. So we already have this number here, right, for an animation. And I'm just going to use that same animation. But you could find any animation, well, not any animation, but you could find a lot of animations on here. If you just do animation, you can get some ideas. Here we go. We got a shift to run, animate, play, running. There's a running animation, a custom walk. I guess this isn't as specific as I wanted. A sword slash. I guess if you were holding something. I was hoping this would. I was hoping a faster Naruto run. That might be interesting. But anyway, you can find different animations already made here in the toolbox. But the way you do this is kind of tricky, and I don't know if. I don't know why they made it this tricky to change the default animations. Maybe Roblox doesn't want you changing the default animations, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So what you do is you go into you hit play, because what we have to do is we have to copy something from our player. We go here into players, you go to whatever your name is, and then, oh wait, oh my bad. We go into workspace, and then you go into your player, and here it is. There's an animate section here, animate child. Just copy that whole thing. So I'm going to say copy. I'm going to stop the game, and then I'm going to go into the starter player, and I'm going to paste into the starter character scripts. So paste into, and now this is here. This is just a copy of what was in our player, and we're going to change it here. So again, let me go get the number for the animation, and it's going to be the, where is it? It doesn't matter actually. This one. Let me get this number. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Okay, and then let's go to our animate script. And here's kind of the tricky part. You just have to kind of scroll through it. So I'm going to open the animate script, and there's a lot here, and that's what's kind of confusing about it. But if you go down slightly from the top, you'll see that there are these links for all of the animations. So here's the link for the idle animations, the link for the walk animations, and so on. And the ones we're going to change are the dance animations. So I'm going to change dance 1. And so right here you see the 3 built-in animations, the 3 default animations for dance 1, and I'm just going to change the number. So I'm going to paste, and I'm going to paste, and I'm going to paste. Okay, so now I've replaced all 3 of those default animations with this punch animation. Okay, so whenever we trigger the dance animation, it's going to be a little punch. And that's it, actually. So now we go here. Now here's the thing. If you had changed some of the other animations, like let's say you had changed the jump animation or the run animation or the idle animation, you would actually have to go in here, click on these, and change those numbers as well, right? You'd have to change this link right here. So if you were to change the jump animation, you'd have to change this number as well, okay? But since our dance animations, you don't have to do that, okay? Just for these, the ones that have a link, or the ones that have a child underneath animate, okay? But we're done. All we had to do was change the numbers here in the animate script, okay? And this is it. So all we have to do now is play. And if you don't know how to trigger the dance animations, you can look them up, but it's just, what is that, /E and then dance. And let me turn my character so you can see it. And let me put him this way. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna, oh, here we go. And I'm gonna hit enter, and it should do it. Oh, wait. Did I forget something? Okay, that didn't work. Wait, why? That should have worked. Hold on. Oh, there it went. It did them both. Whoa. Did I forget to do something? Oh, maybe it's dance 1. Hold on, let me see. DE/E dance 1. No. /E dance. I could have sworn that was it. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. I already forgot how to trigger these things. Let me just go to my, let me go to my browser real quick, and let's check. So all you do is you go to Roblox. What is it? Roblox emote. I think it's emote or dance. Maybe it's dance. Dance 1. And the link I found was right here. Where is it? Animation systems, Roblox support. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, it should have worked. /E dance. Maybe I forgot something. Hold on. Well, I guess this is part of the, I guess this is part of that whole debugging part. Maybe I forgot to save something. I'll go check. So it worked, except it played both of them. Yeah, see, it's dancing. And then at the end, at the end when it's done dancing, it punches. This dance sure is long. Hold on. We'll probably try replacing something else here in a second. Maybe the dance just isn't a good one. Wow, and it really, really likes to dance. Okay, let's go check. So let's go to the animate script. Let's make sure I replace them all. Dance 1. Yeah, I replaced all 3 of these. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can undo this. I cannot. Let's copy and paste it again. So I'm going to delete this thing. And I'm going to get it again so we can change it. Let's try changing another one. Like I said, Roblox probably doesn't want us changing these. And, you know, this isn't really that. People don't really change the default animations that often. So let me copy this. Stop. We'll try changing another one. We'll try changing the jump script or something. Maybe the idle one. Let's see. So where do we go? Where do we go? We go to starter player, and starter player scripts we paste into. There we go. All right, then we get the number for our script, for our animation. Copy. Okay. And then let's change another one. Let's see which other one. Maybe the idle one. I know the idle one works. So let's go ahead and double click on this. Let me go to the idle. And there's 2, so I'm going to replace that number. The only problem with the idle is you have to kind of wait a little bit, but it's okay. Paste. There we go. And paste. And this gives me a chance to show you how you have to change the other part here. So we changed the numbers inside of the animate script, but you also have to change them here. So I'm going to paste. And I'm going to paste. I guess there's actually 2 idle animations, so we're going to just change them both to this punch animation. Okay, now let's try this. The only thing is we'll have to wait a little while until the idle animation plays. But hopefully, once the idle animation oh, and there it goes. So the idle animation started right as soon as we hit play. So I'm just going to wait a little bit until the idle animation plays again. And I guess it's some kind of random interval of time that it waits before it plays the idle animation. So here's my little guy. Maybe I have to move. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So whenever I stop, it plays the animation. Okay, good, great. So you can see we changed the default animation. So now every time I stop, it doesn't play the idle animation. It plays the punch animation. Fantastic. So I'm not sure why the dance animation stopped working. It worked a little while ago. But like I said, Roblox probably really didn't intend for us to mess with their default animations. Fantastic. And that actually looks pretty good. Okay, great. So we've learned a few things in this lesson. We learned how to, let me stop this. We learned how to trigger our animations by using the touched event. We learned how to trigger our animation using the clicked event. We learned how to find pre-built animations in the toolbox. All you need is the number. And then I showed you how to change the default animations, okay? And again, that worked for one of them, didn't work for the other one, but hey, it's all fun. And so that's the end of this lesson, and I will see you next time.